If you've ever stared at a pile of old bank statements and credit card offers wondering how long it would take someone to piece your identity together from the recycling bin, you're not alone. A good paper shredder is one of those things you don't think about until you really need one. And picking the wrong one means jammed motors, overheating after 2 minutes, and a machine that becomes an expensive paperweight. I've gone deep into the best options out there so you don't have to, and I'm breaking down 7 shredders covering everything from heavy office use to casual daily mail. All the links are in the description. Let's get into it. First up is the Bonzen 20-sheet heavy-duty shredder, and this thing is a beast. 60 minutes of continuous runtime. Most home shredders tap out after 5 minutes and then force you to wait 40 minutes for the motor to cool down. The Bonzen just keeps going. We're talking cross-cut P4 security, which shreds documents both horizontally and vertically, so nobody's piecing anything back together. It handles paper, CDs, credit cards, staples, all of it. The 6.6-gallon bin pulls out from the front like a drawer, so you never have to lift a heavy motor head and risk dumping shredded confetti everywhere. And the noise? Under 60 decibels. You can hold a phone conversation right next to it. Picture this. You've got 3 years of financial documents crammed into a filing cabinet, and you finally decide it's time. With most shredders, that's a multi-day project full of frustrating cool-down breaks. With the Bonzen, you sit down on a Saturday afternoon and you're done before dinner. It is a full-size machine, so make sure you have the floor space. And while it's rated for 20 sheets, you'll get the smoothest performance and longest blade life, feeding around 15 to 18 at a time. Now, if raw speed is what you need, the Fellows PowerShred 99 CI is in a completely different league. 185 pages per minute. To put that in perspective, it could shred an entire novel in under 7 minutes. This 18-sheet cross-cut machine has Fellows jam-proof system, which measures the thickness of your paper stack before it enters the blades. Feed too much and it rejects the stack before a jam can happen, which is brilliant engineering. It also features SafeSense technology, a touch sensor around the paper slot that instantly kills the motor if it detects skin contact, making it phenomenal for homes with kids or pets. The 9-gallon pull-out bin is the largest here, so you're not constantly stopping to empty it. Compared to the Bonzen, you're trading that marathon 60-minute runtime for sheer demolition speed with a 30-minute duty cycle, and for a busy shared office where multiple people shred throughout the day, that trade-off makes total sense. It is a premium investment and heavy at over 36 pounds, so once you pick a spot, that's where it lives. Think of it as office furniture that earns its keep every single day. But what if you don't need an office workhorse and just want something reliable for everyday home use? The Bonsai 12-sheet crosscut is a solid mid-range pick. Compact enough to tuck under a desk, it handles 12 sheets per pass at P4 security and has a transparent window on the bin so you can see exactly when it's time to empty. There's a carrying handle built right into the motor head, a small detail that makes a big difference when lifting it to swap the basket. 5 minutes of runtime with a 40-minute cooldown, which is perfectly fine for daily mail and the occasional batch of old receipts. If you're the kind of person who shreds things right when they come in, rather than letting documents pile up, this fits that workflow beautifully. Just keep your feed to around 6 to 8 sheets for the smoothest operation. Here's where things get interesting. The Fellows 14C10 sits in that sweet spot between casual home use and serious office capability. 14 sheets per pass and a 10-minute continuous runtime, double what most home shredders offer. That's enough to plow through a full week of accumulated paperwork in one Friday afternoon session. It has a pull-out bin instead of a lift-off head, which makes emptying cleaner and easier. And here's what I really appreciate. It has a physical safety lock. Not an electronic sensor, an actual mechanical switch that physically disconnects the blades. If you have curious toddlers in the house, that peace of mind is priceless. Compared to the Bonsai 12-sheet, you're stepping up to double the runtime and a much sturdier bin design, which for a work-from-home professional handling sensitive client documents is absolutely worth the upgrade. The feed slot is a touch narrow, so you'll want pages going in straight, but once you get the rhythm, this thing is rock solid week after week. Now wait until you hear about the Aurora AU 1210MA, because this one genuinely surprised me. It's a micro-cut shredder with a 60-minute runtime. If you're not familiar with the difference, micro-cut turns a single sheet into roughly 400 tiny confetti-like particles, about 4 times smaller than what a standard crosscut produces. Reconstructing a micro-cut document is essentially impossible. Most micro-cut shredders overheat fast because the cutting pattern demands way more motor torque, but Aurora engineered this to run for a full hour continuously. If you're a CPA, an HR professional, or anyone handling documents that absolutely cannot be recovered, this is the one. It also has smart auto-reverse that detects when you overfeed it, stops the blades, reverses, and spits the stack back out before any damage happens. Here's a fun one. People in the composting community have been using this shredder to process thick corrugated cardboard into worm bedding material, which tells you everything about how tough the motor really is. You will need to stay on top of blade lubrication since those tight microcut tolerances generate more friction. But if data security is your #1 priority, this and the Bonson are the two 60-minute champions in this lineup, just serving very different security needs. Switching gears to something much more compact, the Bonson 8-sheet in white is designed for people who care about aesthetics as much as function. Instead of the typical black office look, this one comes in a clean, modern white that blends into a kitchen counter or minimalist office without looking like industrial equipment. It uses an optical sensor in the feed slot that activates the motor only when paper breaks the light beam, reducing unnecessary motor wear and keeping things quiet when idle. 5 minutes of runtime, 8 sheets per pass, cross-cut security. Imagine keeping this right by your front door, and every time you walk in with the mail, you just feed the junk straight through before it ever hits the kitchen table. No more piles of old credit card offers sitting around for weeks. It's a bit louder than its bigger Bonson sibling at around 70 decibels, and with thicker glossy mail, you'll want to separate pages to avoid triggering the jam protection. But for keeping daily paper clutter under control in a way that looks good in your home, it nails it. And finally, the Bonsai 6-sheet microcut rounds out the list as the most affordable way to get microcut security. If you only need to destroy a sensitive document once or twice a month, a tax form here, avoided check there, this gets the job done at a fraction of the cost of larger microcut machines. Tiny, lightweight, easy to store in a closet when you're not using it. The runtime is around 3 to 4 minutes, built for quick targeted shredding sessions rather than big cleanouts. It processes pages at a more deliberate pace, so feed just a couple sheets at a time for the best results. Think of it as the entry ticket to microcut security for anyone on a tight budget who still wants that extra layer of document protection. So let me help you narrow it down. If you need serious long-haul shredding power for clearing out years of documents, the Bonson 20-sheet and the Aurora Microcut both deliver that incredible 60-minute runtime. Choose the Bonson for maximum speed and volume, choose the Aurora if you need the highest possible security level. If you work in a shared office and speed is everything, the Fellows 99 CI and its 185 pages per minute will save everyone time. For a well-rounded home office setup, the Fellows 14 C10 gives you the perfect balance of runtime, safety features, and a clean pull-out bin. For simple daily mail, the Bonsai 12-sheet or the Bonson 8-sheet in white both keep things compact and easy. And the Bonsai 6-sheet microcut is there for anyone who wants top-tier security on the tightest budget. All the links are in the description so you can check prices and grab whichever fits. Drop a comment if you have questions, and I'll see you in the next one.